Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. I'm spiritual coach Lisa Hop. It is Sunday, August 8th, 2021. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new, please be sure to check out my website at lisahop.com. And also, please be sure to check me out on Facebook under Spiritual Teacher Lisa Hop. Like and follow if you would. And if you are coming to me through YouTube, please like, subscribe, share. I would appreciate it so very much. And if you ever have any questions when you listen to any of my podcasts, please feel free to email me at serenityharbor@verizon.net. I got some emails this week regarding my podcast last week about oneness and how we're all connected. And thank you. It was wonderful to be able to clarify what I was talking about. And the email line is open. So please feel free if you ever hear anything you're not sure what I am saying. Because in all honesty, I'm in the moment when I'm talking. So sometimes it's not that I don't know what I'm saying, but I don't know sometimes if I'm clear. So always reach out if you feel compelled to. And also, if you ever have any suggestions about topics, reach out as well. Thank you again for joining me. I'm coming to you today with the morning voice. It is not as, peaceful and relaxing as it normally can be this morning, but we're going to troop right on through this. Welcome. So the topic came to me, I think, like at 4 o'clock this morning. Such an important topic, and for no particular reason, I wasn't lying in bed this morning feeling like I wasn't happy, or it just came to me. So it must be inspired by spirit. Topic this morning: the cure of happiness. Happiness. It is why we are here on this earth. We are here to try and figure out how to attain it. And we often think that if we had money or love or a perfect health, we would have happiness. So when we ask for any of those things, what we're truly asking for in life is happiness. When you want the perfect job, when you want the perfect friends, when you want the perfect body, all you're asking for is happiness. It is the number one goal, yearning, and reason, as I said, why we're here. And there is a truth to it, happiness, meaning, when I say it's the cure for everything, it truly is. When you are happy, you walk around this earth in a higher vibration. And when you're in a higher vibration, that is the place where health is cured, where you literally keep germs away from you. Though, yes, please still get vaccinated if your trusted doctor says so, please, unless your trusted doctor says not to. And the only reason that would be is because you have something like an autoimmune disease. But even discuss that with your doctor. Okay? So please don't use what I just said as a reason. Though, yes, it's true. It is less likely, truly, that you would get a common cold if you're walking around with a higher vibration. Because just as it was spoken of last week, when you're in a higher vibration, you are a part of the ultimate oneness, all source, the energy of heaven. And when you're a part of the energy of heaven, well, that is where perfection is. That is where healing has taken place. You are light as a feather. You are free. So there's nothing that can come into you that would be harmful or of a lower vibration. And dis-ease happens at a lower vibration. It happens not through exposure to germs or anything that would cause a dis-ease in your body. It comes through how you are feeling, through anger, through the weakness of rage, through the weakness of unforgiveness, of things that are unhealed. Now, that doesn't mean humanly that it's your fault. Not one of my podcasts will ever be about blaming people. There is, though, an ownership that we all must have about where we are energetically. I always own where I am energetically. I always look at, why did this come to me? Is it something that I was open to? What lesson am I to learn? That's what blessing can I attain from it? We should always go to the events in our life and try to figure it out through those questions. And then we ask those questions and work on happiness. We have the ultimate cure for everything. So a higher vibration is where we all need to be in. And when you're in a higher vibration, meaning that you feel free, that you feel joyful, when you're there, you can only treat others wonderfully. Good things can only come to you. And if anything isn't, quote, good, that tries to come to you, it'll bounce off of you because you're not emotionally reacting to it. It's not possible for you to emotionally react to things that would happen. You'll see, it's like, oh, that's trying to come to me. But it doesn't have an impact on me because of where I am. So naturally, you're in a place of receiving only that which is good for you. And keeping away only that which is harmful. And that's why they say laughter is the best medicine. When you're laughing, you're happy. And you're at a higher vibration. So it allows your body to heal itself. Do you know, and maybe you do and maybe you don't, that the body tries to restore itself all the time? I've heard it said that every few years it tries to restore itself back to its perfection. But we block it from doing that through our worries, our stresses, our anxieties. And I'm not talking about the clinical ones. I'm talking about the anxiety that we feel about going to the job we don't love, or worrying about the bills that we have to pay, or worrying about something happening to us if we walk into a movie theater to see a movie. That type of everyday stress that impedes our body from healing itself, from restoring itself back. So you see, happiness is literally a prescription for health and well-being. It's also a prescription for wealth. If you're happy, you're only going to attract to you abundance and prosperity. If you're worried about money, if you're worried about what others have, if you don't want others to have more than you, you're only going to go without. That's why they say, I'm cutting my half sentence here. I do that sometimes. That's why it's so important to focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. That's why there's that phrase that says, be careful what you wish for. What that phrase means is that what you focus on comes into you, and it becomes like a wish for it. So it arrives. If you're constantly worrying about something, you're bringing it to you. What you constantly focus on, you are bringing it to you. This is truth. This is truth. There are so many people, even students of mine, that will come to a class, learn this truth, and then still go out on Facebook or Instagram or wherever and post about what they don't want. I don't understand it. It boggles my mind. But I have to honor free will. What you focus on comes to you. It expands it and it brings it to you. If you focus on your body having weight, you bring more weight to it. If you focus on the diagnosis that you have, it grows the diagnosis. Focus on health, well-being, laughter, good times, relaxation, lightness of being, and you promote health. Focus when you want more freedom and abundance, and I don't know one person on this earth, personally, that would not like to have more in the way of wealth, but feels, well, I'm a good person, so I don't want too much. I want, I'll give it away. You don't get more of the keys to heaven by giving away to others and not keeping for yourself. The keys to heaven are not denying wealth for yourself. Good, quote, good people deserve wealth just as anybody else, and it is there for you just like anybody else, and you will get to the gates of heaven just like everybody else, whether you want to be poor and meeker or not. Now, it's not to say that you should not just concentrate on material things. Greed, there are words that are often misused that keep us boxed in or maybe even chained. The word selfish is misused. The word greed is misused. These two words, and I'm sure there's more, these two words are used to manipulate. Heaven wants us, asks of us, to think of ourselves and our own well-being. To say no when it is healthy for us to say no. To say yes when it's healthy for us to say yes. But there will be someone across from you that will say to you, oh, you're being selfish if you don't want to do that with me, or do that for me, or think of yourself, or take a vacation without me, or anything where you think of yourself. There'll always be someone that would call you out. I'm going to be honest with you. There's something you're doing that they see themselves that doesn't make them happy, but they're not thinking of you. Heaven wants us to be, quote, selfish. About the self. You see, because when you're about the self, you have more to give to others. Those with more are expected to give more. Yes, that's true. There's been many things said about the billionaires going to space. I personally know we shouldn't judge. It's all kind of handled. But yes, while they have a right to spend their money however they desire to, when they go to heaven, they will be asked, how did you serve? It's just important to have the answer. That's all. And if they have the answer, and I'm not an insider, and maybe they do, and will, and not all are alike, then that's enough. Of course, there are some of us, including me, that would spend billions, perhaps in a different way. But they have a right to their dreams, just like anybody else. Heaven will ask, how did you serve? Heaven will ask you to ask, how may I serve? But you have to have enough to do that. You're not supposed to give so much that you don't have enough for you. If your cup is overfloweth, you are expected to serve. Because we're all supposed to take care of each other, and it's a higher vibration. Generosity, gratitude, it thrives. And the thriving raises everyone and everything up to that higher vibration. And isn't it fun as well to give? I think so. It's fun. Those who keep it all for themselves, those who lock their gate, those who have conditions when they're giving, they are keeping their vibration lower. What I love and what I try to do is be the anonymous giver. Because no one, because you're not supposed to get on the news. I just saw this yesterday, how timely. It was a picture of Jim Carrey, the actor. And he, whether he said it or not, it was a post that was correct. We so often see people who give to the homeless and they film it. Why are you doing that to that person? We so often see people that pray in public, that profess their faith in public. It's supposed to be private. Not to say you shouldn't pray in a group. But when you go public with your good deeds, with your faith, you are not being authentic, and heaven knows it. That which is the most authentic, let's just put it this way. Heaven knows who we truly are and knows what's done in private. Anonymous donors, they earn a slide into paradise because they're not doing it for the compliment, for the recognition, the ego. They're doing it out of love. And that's what heaven wants. For all of us to give to each other out of unconditional love and oneness. as a village, as a community. So those who do it so others will see them don't mean it. It is fake, it is phony. Remember that. It's not to say that if you're at an event, it's a charity event, and you win the 50-50 pot and you want to give it back, that you shouldn't do it and let everyone know it's you. I'm just saying all the time, it should be done from a place of genuineness and authenticity, not so that you receive the approval of others. You only need to have the approval of your spirit, your consciousness, your heart and soul. So I love to give and not put it on my taxes. Not to say I don't do some, but the anonymous giving that you don't have the receipt for, that you're not trying to get the deductible for. Not saying I am judging if you have a deductible, okay? I'm just saying I love to do it just out of generosity, just for the good vibe, just for the good karma, because I know not only is it fun, not only is it the way it's wanted, not only does it lift my vibration, but when you're in the higher vibration, it gets returned to you tenfold. But, disclaimer, caveat, you can't do it looking for the 10 times back, because then you'll block it, because it's not, again, genuine. But when you see that it's coming back to you, it's like a wonderful validation. I was trying to do it authentically, out of a higher vibration. I was trying to be in good karma, and the universe validated it with a stamp, returning it back to me 10 times or more. The other day, I was out and about, and everywhere I went, people wanted to assist me. They said, no, you go ahead of me in line. Let me help you with that. But I kept stopping and going, shouldn't you go next? Or shouldn't you help them? Or shouldn't it be this way? And they kept saying, no, we're choosing you. And I was so happy, because that told me I was in a higher vibration. When you're in a higher vibration, you are visible. You're not invisible. You'll get the breaks at the store more. People will want to give you a higher coupon. They will want to assist you faster. They'll want to smile at you. Then you know you're in a higher vibration. If you're not in a higher vibration, that won't happen. So if you find yourself out and about and you're cranky, you're getting what you're putting out. The more conscious you are of where your thoughts are, where your feelings are, how other people are treating you, then the greater you can change it and get into the higher vibration, and the greater rewards will start to come. And you will have everything that you need to have happiness. Now, here's another thing. And you probably know this, but it has to be said, because we're in a world, in a society, where every love song is about this. Someone is making us happy. We hear lines like, you complete me. We think another's behavior will make us happy or unhappy, and that is not the truth. Another person is not going to make you happy. They may complement your happiness. but it's not their job. It's above their pay grade. They will not change for you to make you happy. They're not supposed to. It's not fair to expect them. It's wrong to expect them to change to make you happy or to work on making you happy every day. If someone in your life is making you happy, well, count your blessings and do what you can to return it to them tenfold, because it is indicative of where you are in that receiving mode. So be in the flow, give it to them, let them give it to you. Give it to them, let them give it to you. And another person cannot love you enough to be what you want them to be and to make you happy. They're doing their own thing. They're having their own story. It has nothing to do with you. They can love you to the moon and back. You can be the greatest love of their life. But that doesn't mean they're going to make you happy with their behaviors, with their words, with their choices. Only you can achieve happiness for yourself. You're in complete control. It's nobody else and nothing else. But that's very good. That's very powerful. It puts it directly in your hands. You're at the steering wheel. You have all the power. That is a good thing. You see, if you have all the power and you're in a higher vibration, that's where you'll get the breaks in money, the higher raise, the opportunities, the friends looking out for you. If you depend on others to heighten your mood, you're always crash and burn. Always. Because it's in your hands. And happiness, once again, cannot be achieved just by looking out for yourself. Though you're supposed to put yourself first and then look out for others. There always should be a line. But when you're all about just you, and we all know people who are like that, whether they're rich or poor, we know people who are like that. When they just look out for yourself and you don't care about another, well, it gets you very alone, which means you can't be happy. People who are alone will miss people. You may like it sometimes for a little while, but it always is temporary because we're all part of each other. We're all connected together. So you can think being out on your own private island forever will make you happy because you won't have to deal with mankind, but you will miss mankind. Even the people who are screwed up, you will miss them. Because we are so connected to each other, we'll miss that connection. We will feel the disconnect. So the key to happiness is to be loving towards yourself. What does your spirit need? To be generous towards yourself first. To laugh. To lighten your burden. To lighten your load. To give yourself permission to do that. And then when you feel that you have that lightness of being, that happiness, then you put out a hand to others. Here's a little bit of my generous self. Because you'll be smiling and you'll care and you'll want others to smile with you. And then your diagnosis will start to react better to whatever you're doing. Your relationships will be more harmonious. Your work will respond to you in a greater way. You'll see around you the reaction to your inner self. That's why happiness is the goal. Happiness is the cure. Happiness is where your ultimate outcome should be. What will you do today to go towards happiness? Think about it. Even change your plans if you want to. Whatever you most want to do is most likely the way to go. Think about it, because you deserve it. Every single person, every single being, creation on this earth deserves happiness, no matter who they are. Allow yourself to have it. It is truly the answer to everything. And once again, it's why you are here. If you want to know your life purpose, it's to figure out happiness. Yep. Thank you so much for joining me on this Sunday. I wish you a blessed day and a blessed week and everything that you desire coming to you. Once again, be sure to check out my website at lisahub.com. Follow me on Facebook, like, subscribe, and share on YouTube. Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.